Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to Spyro the Dragon. This little guy over here, who's running through the grass. He's also able to burn the grass. Oh, who doesn't love a good dragon? That's the whole reason why we're playing these games, isn't it? Last time we actually finished off the first world of Spyro the Dragon. The Artisans world is now 100% complete, as you can see, for a game total of 17%. And therefore saying we're far from done. There's a lot more we need to do. For that we're actually going to pass on to world number 2. First we need to save at least 10 dragons, but that's not a problem. We've saved every single one in the first world. And then we can talk to this guy and move on to world 2.
Wow! I see you've been busy rescuing dragons, Spyro. You may travel to the Peacekeeper's world if you like. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, because we are done here. We need to move on. Go to Peacekeepers. Chivo! Boom! Take a trip with the balloonist. Not really something you can avoid if you just play the game. This one you will always get automatically. Good luck trying to beat the game without getting this achievement. That is pretty much impossible. But we are going to move on to the second world. Yeah, maybe I should start cutting out these loading screens if they actually start taking too long. Some of them can indeed be quite long. But we are here. Eventually it will still work out. Interesting. Much more of a desert theme it looks like this time around. The hub world itself has 200 gems to look out for, 3 dragons to save, and apparently also a dragon egg. This time also present in the hub world itself. Well, the first dragon is pretty obvious, so let's go rescue Titan.
Welcome to Peacekeepers. Look how our treasure has been stolen and turned against us. Please, recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Indeed. If it wasn't obvious yet, all of the enemies we meet in this game don't drop a gem for nothing the moment we defeat them. They are indeed the gems nasty Gnorcs stole from the dragons and actually turned into enemies. His magical powers actually are pretty great if you're able to do that. Ow! What the hell? Did you just shoot a cannonball at me? Screw you! Okay, we need to be careful here, it looks like. Stuff is flying to our faces. Indeed, ow! These guys actually don't know when to quit, it looks like. Well, at least we found the first world, Dry Canyon. Remember that location here in the southeast of the map. Obviously this is going to work just like the Artisans world. It functions as a hub world and therefore has stages to find. Next up I'd like to try to actually scare these guys. Let's see if I remember how to do that. Perhaps I start killing them. Yeah, then the rest will be scared. And jump into their little tents to hide. The moment they find out dragon fire is actually a big threat, they are suddenly not as brave anymore. And scaring at least 4 of them into these tents will actually give you the skill point, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure what the exact number is. Oh, 6 even. Well, even that shouldn't be a problem. You just need to kill one of them with the rest looking, and the rest will get scared and actually hide in little tents. Like over here. But do remember, we still need to take them out in order to retake the gems. So, burn the tent. And look what we find here. A scaredy cat. What the hell? Hey, don't you moonflash me! These guys are getting way too cocky now. Even when they're scared, some of them will still find a way to tease us. Oh, and here's Clifftown, by the way. Second stage. But let's return to the Moon Flash. Some of these guys actually do. The achievement here is actually related to that, so let's see if I can actually do this correctly. Let's aim this cannon at one of these houses. Let's burn the house. So the guy pops out. Yeah, he starts flashing me, and then I start shooting him with the cannon. We can of course also use it. In this case, shoot the moon. Use a cannon to dispatch a taunting Gnorc. So, with that taken care of, we can actually return to collecting gems and collecting dragons, because here's the second one, Magnus.
Hey, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
I think that would only work if you stop eating the butterflies, Magnus. Oh, at least here's the next balloon, so we can actually see where we need to progress if we're done with this stage. Or world, I mean. Obviously, we're first gonna go for 100% fully here in the second world before moving on to the next. Just remember, here is the next balloon guy. This time he actually asks for a certain number of gems that need to be collected in order to progress. It was only dragons the first time. Next up, we're going to shoot open this chest. As you can see, it's reinforced, so it's pretty obvious. Only a cannonball can actually open it up. It's only for 5 gems, but still, we need those 5 gems. Next up, we're going to want to shoot this rock over here. There's a pretty clear bullseye on it, so also speaks for itself. And let's move on to the next platform. First go over here, because I can see a couple of chests here. 88. Yeah, that seems to be all. Oh, there's another one of these reinforced chests here. And some red gems lying around in the sand here. Now let's take a look at this chest. Oh, and here's the boss stage for World 2, by the way. Dr. Shemp. But of course, we're going to do that one last. First, we're going to open up this chest. Bam! Behind the portal, I can see more chests. Which one we can actually open ourselves. Next, let's move on over here. Oh, here's another secret. Trying to hide in the canyon, but it's pretty obvious there's something here. Sir. Yeah, I was wondering when you were going to attack me. Took him a while. There's a couple of gems. And the speedway level here we're obviously also not going to do yet. First we're going to look for more stuff. Here's 6 more gems. 141. Now let's go take a look at the niche in the north. Ah, and here's the egg thief, so he's also accounted for. But let's first talk to Gunnar.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
Apparently the word "but" is not allowed to say in a kids game. Oh, these silly dialogues. What was even sillier is actually a stupid egg thief. Oh, there's also a key here, so remember to pick that one up as well. You might notice by this egg guy that he's actually pretty difficult to catch up on. But the trick is just hold right on the control stick fully and keep on charging. You'll make a perfect circle around this poisonous pool. And eventually catch up with him. But you can of course also try to just jump over the poison pool and surprise him that way. But this is way more fun. Next up I'd like to try to find where this key actually goes. I'm not sure where the chest was anymore, in all honesty. I think it's in that little alcove to the northeast. Let's make sure there's nothing behind here. Yeah, indeed, we've got everything behind here. For some reason I actually remembered something being behind there. Probably a later stage I'm thinking of. Or perhaps even a stage in Spyro 2. So in that case, let's glide over to this final section we have not been to yet in this stage. Right over there. This should be where the locked chest is. Yeah, indeed. And also a couple of regular ones. 181. And the chest. Probably not going to have 19 of them, so I indeed missed another set of gems. Which thing did I overlook? Oh, first of all, there's a couple of red ones over there. Also missed those when I entered the stage. Oh yeah, there's a pathway going down here. This one actually leads to the ice stage, if I remember. Yeah, indeed. And it's also where the final couple of gems were. So, here we still go. 100% level complete. A little bit hard to see, this little tunnel over here, but I indeed eventually found it. So, with the hub world taken care of, 100%, found all of the stages in the meantime, it is time to actually start doing those stages. Let's immediately get started with the first one, Dry Canyon, now that we still have time. 12 minutes in the video. Grand total becomes 1200. Let's go take a look at the first true level here in the desert themed world of Spyro the Dragon. Okay, here we go. So, where do we begin? There's a couple of bunnies running around here, functioning as the father of the stage. Oh. Somebody is shooting at me, I think. Indeed. You guys also have shields, so remember to charge them. Flame attack won't work. Ooh, 400 gems? Wow. The game is upping the ante right now. But still, 4 dragons and 1 egg. That is nothing new. That we have done more often. Could take a look at the enemies first, in this first part. Yeah, let's go over here. Let's try not to get shot in the meantime. But their ammunition actually flies really slowly, so it's not that hard to avoid. There's a yellow gem, being worth 10. And that should be everything here, so let's go chase the egg thief now, who's running around over here. This guy's also pretty fast, so it might take a while for you to actually catch up with him. You can also try to get him later by jumping from the higher areas you're going to reach later. That might be a little bit easier, but I found out while going through here the first time, it is indeed possible to just run towards him. Eventually you can actually catch up with him. As you can see, I'm getting closer and closer. And there we go. Dragon egg number 4 in total. Let's move on. There's also a dragon statue here. It's going to be the first one. Let's go save Conan.
What? Huh? Oh. Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
Ah, and apparently we're out of advice, because now they will simply just say thank you for releasing me. And nothing more. And that is going to be quicker dialogue then, from this point on. Ooh, vultures. Oh, and he's charging me, but I can also charge you! And that is indeed for the Chivo here. Bird-brained. Charge a vulture. Nothing too special about it, but you do need to do it. To defeat all of the vultures here with a flame attack, you won't receive the Chivo here. Yeah, and don't mind me if I actually call the achievements Chivos from this point on. I know that is not something I actually made up. I heard that term more often, but still. Let's in the meantime save Boris.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
Apparently not the answer you expected. But we are indeed born to glide, especially in these later stages in the game. Pretty much every single stage in the game will have a part where it's required to glide to get there. In this case, in order to get to this higher area in this tower. Oh, you think you're funny? But I'm funnier. Next up is actually the secret in this stage. A very well hidden secret. It took me a while to actually find this one out the first time. But we can actually glide around this wall in order to get to a higher wall in the north end of the stage. Only able to reach that from that ledge. And Maximos here will actually talk about it if I'm not mistaken.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
Okay, if you start actually eating the enemies, I will continue actually getting all of the stuff in the stage. There's a key here. And the first time I played this game, that was actually indeed the final thing I found in the stage. It is pretty obvious to actually see this ledge, but actually getting to it took me a while to figure out. But now that I'm actually recording it for the Let's Play, I know what I need to do, so I'm getting it now instead. Next up is this pathway to the south. And there's nothing on the ledges here, so we can move on. Okay, that's them all. Oh, and vultures are also used as melee weapons now, it looks like. Charge, charge. And another charge. Get hit in the meantime. And still charge. And let's listen to the dragon's advice. Flame boil the vultures. I'm not going to eat them myself, of course. I don't have time for that. But I'll just leave them be for other dragons to pick them up later. So, here we go. Bam. Bye. Always love it when they fall off the stage. Now, let's go around this structure. Actually find out what we're able to find over here. Oh yeah, we can also go inside the structure, of course. But I think I'll do that last. Let's first go around to the right side. And get hit for a second time. Turning sparks green now. If you get hit twice, spark will turn green. And that's actually the final color he will take, so be careful. Oh, there's also a dragon in here. Ivor. Or Ivor.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
What is it with this game and all the dragons? They always have weird stuff. Either they forget things or they have way too long stories they want to tell about. Pretty stereotypical thing. Let's go up here. There's a couple of locations we need to glide to, I'm pretty sure. Let's open up you, of course. Oh yeah, here's a pillar. Nope. And don't press the reset button too early. Because then you will actually fall in front of it. Yeah, there we go. I still want to press the reset button over there, because otherwise you'll overshoot the pillar. Also missing it. But that was one. If you look in the distance over here, you will actually see a platform with a lot of chests. However, don't try to go to it from here. It is tempting. However, you actually cannot reach it from there. Just warning you. There's actually a point later on, right over here, where we need to get to it. Oh, there's also a new type of chest here, so allow me to explain quickly. There's fireworks in this one, so it's pretty obvious how that works. It will blow up if you flame it. So don't stand too close to it, because it will obviously also hurt you. And since I have a green sparks now, I actually don't want to get hurt more often, because then sparks will fully disappear. Leaving me with my final hit. But from over here, we can actually reach the platform in the distance, so from here you actually want to jump to it. lot of chests here. One of them actually being a locked one, so make sure to go here after you grab the key. So, that was everything in this little side area to the west. Let's move back to the main room, which we can also reach from here. We need to get to the higher ledge, so let's jump back to this eastern ledge. Now let's head further east, back to the main room. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, don't scare me like that. Stupid vultures. Another extra life here. Ooh, this guy actually drops a magenta gem, being worth 25. The purple ones. Should be around everything here, because here we've already been. We took a side path from there. Now, we're going to do the final section of the stage. The higher ledges of the main room, where also the return portal is. So, let's go charge the final couple of enemies. Open up the final couple of chests. Leaving only one more. This ledge over here. And there is the final 5. 400 out of 400. 100% level complete. Even got the achievement. Total 1600. And since we know the grand total is 12,000, we still have a long way to go. Well, it does look like in the meantime we've reached our threshold when it comes to video time. 22 minutes, a little bit over. And therefore we can actually conclude another episode. Thank you for watching the 4th part of Spyro the Dragon, where we actually took care of the first things here in the 2nd world. Completed the hub world and did the first stage. I'm not happy about the fact that all of these enemies have respawned actually. Oh, help! I'm going to die! Treecks out! Let's cut the video quickly!